welcome back or welcome to Life with Kendall, and today we're going to be talking about things I wish I knew in 9th grade so you don't make the same mistake and you have a great first year. Also, a little disclaimer about my disappearance is I was kind of going through some stuff and just wasn't really in the mood to film or do anything, but I'm back and today we are going to have such a good time. Also, I will be reading off my notes app as some friends and family would love to include some information also. So number 1 is find yourself. Basically, try everything that high school has to offer, from sports to clubs to even activities, because you never know what you're gonna like. And it's also another way to make friends because the people in the interest that you're in, you guys have something to bond over now. So it's like you have like a connection basically. So I would use that as another way to make friends, but also discover yourself and who you are and what you like and what you want. So yeah, that's another good way to, figure out who you are. Number 2, don't try so hard to fit in and become somebody you aren't. And yeah, it's just like, it's not a good thing to do. It's gonna drain you. You're gonna feel very confused if these people are like who you trust. And yes, like, you're also discovering who you are, but it's like, just don't be somebody that you aren't, if that makes sense. You're discovering yourself, yes, and you're gonna make mistakes. No one is perfect. You're a freshman, you're going into a new environment. So it's like, don't be too upset at yourself, but also like, be careful, because it's like, not everyone is your best interest. Not everyone's gonna have your back. Not everyone is someone to be trusted. Okay, so number 3, stay on top of your classes and your grades, basically. So me, I was not someone that was on top of her classes or her grades at all. I was very much looking for friend validation, boy validation, and just, in the simplest way, attention from anybody that would give it to me. Because it's like, I wanted to be accepted. I would literally dwindle down myself to a point where it's not good. So it's like, it's good to stay on top of your classes, and they'll actually benefit you, because it's like, when it gets to like harder stages of high school, basically me, I'm in my junior year, so that's technically the hardest year of high school. So it's like, if you're slacking in your freshman year, that's gonna affect the rest of your school year. But I did pass, so, but still, that doesn't mean just slack or whatever. I also have a video that goes more in depth on staying on top of your classes and tips that will actually help you stay on top of your classes. So go check it out. Number 4, don't make yourself small or noticeable for others' comfort. I did that a lot, and it got to the point where people will literally ask me, "Are you new?" And I would literally I've been at that school the whole time, and they would just not ever know my presence at all, which is like, to me back then it felt really bad to not be noticed, but it's like, now it's like, I'm well known, if that makes sense. Like, how do I put it? Like, basically, just don't make yourself small and unnoticeable so everybody's comfortable with you being there. Like, be yourself, be out there, be your fun, loud self, dress how you want, wear what you want. Don't wear hoodies and skinny jeans to hide who you are, which is what I literally wore all the time. Don't dwindle yourself down just so everyone is happy with you being there. Like, just don't do that. It's not really a good feeling, and it's not respectful to yourself at all. So it's like, be respectful to yourself, to be honest. So like, be you. I mean, that's the only person that knows you. So number 5, there's gonna be a different version of number 5, or whatever number I put it for on the 10th grade video. But to simply put it, this is for freshmen. I'm gonna read it off of here. Don't focus on high school boys, as they are also adjusting to a new environment, and you are also too. So it's like, I'm not gonna say what are you expecting, but it's like, high school boys, I'm not saying, disclaimer, okay, disclaimer. This is not for every high school boy, but like, some high school boys, they're not just mature enough, they're not gonna know what they want out of a girl. They're still figuring out who they are also. But it's like, first you need to adjust to your environment. Figure out where your classes are. Figure out what you're interested in before you try to invest your time and energy into a boy if you don't even know if it's gonna work out. Like, it's like, I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but it's like, make sure you know what you want out of this. Make sure you're not wasting your whole freshman year on some boy that is barely paying attention to you. So it's like, just don't waste your time. That's the main thing. Don't waste it. Okay. So next thing is number 6. Don't be afraid to make friends. Don't be afraid. And I know that is easier said than done because you're in a whole new school environment unless you're going to high school with people you've known since middle school or elementary school. But it's like, don't be afraid to meet new people, because how do you know that those same people you knew in elementary school or middle school are gonna be there for you? Like, they're gonna have your back the whole freshman year. Like, y'all know y'all gonna grow together. Do y'all know that y'all are going to, you know, go through the 4 things of high school together? You don't. So it's like, be open to new people, be open to new experiences, because that person you thought you knew could be interested or be into a different crowd, and you just don't fit in that crowd. And that's okay, because everyone grows out of each other. Everyone, you know, becomes their own person. So it's like, don't feel bad and just have your friends, yes, if that is something where you guys are still close friends or you still are close, do that. But it's also, don't limit yourself within friendship because you want to keep those same friends, if that makes sense. All right, so number 7, this is going to be very brief because I'm pretty sure every middle schooler that is watching this, or not, but knows that there is a lot of high school drama and there is drama in middle school. But as simple as that, just stay out of it, stay away from it. It's not that deep. It's a waste of time. It's really not worth it, to be honest. So just like remove yourself from it. Just stay with you and your little friend group on the side, or do whatever. Number 8, pay attention and take notes. Pay attention in class because it's like, it will be a lot easier. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I have always paid attention in class. I did not start paying attention in class until my 10th grade year, with all seriousness. I was not one of those kids that was paying attention to the teacher at all. I was literally the ones in the back, goofing off with my friends and then being confused of what was going on. Please do not be that person. I'm still not proud to even say that, but just don't do it. It will save you a lot of time. You'll feel more certain and more, you know, just like, you'll feel a lot more confident in yourself when you know the answers to what you're doing. And it's just, you'll feel a lot more comfortable in the class. But also make sure to talk to your teacher. Talk to your teacher, ask her what's going on and what you need help with. Like, just, you know, be open and just really pay attention. It's not easy for some, but it's like, find ways for you to actually pay attention to getting your work done. Okay, number 9. This is like something that may be simple to others, but seriously, with all seriousness, make sure you know where your classes are. Please do. Please know exactly where your classes are. Like, when you go to orientation, make sure you go to every single class and meet every single teacher, and if they're not there, meet them on your first day. But like, make sure you know where your classes are. And I don't mean this in like, make sure you know where to go, but just basically pay attention where your classes are. Because I went to all of my classes except for one of my freshman year, and then I ended up being in my last period class for 2 hours. But I still passed the class. So like, was it really a bad thing? It is a bad thing, but just like, make sure you pay attention to where you go and don't let excitement overtake you. Like, be excited, yes, that you're in a new environment, you're in a high school, you're with new people, but just make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know exactly the teacher that you're going to, so that you don't end up in my situation sitting in a class for 2 hours until you can go home. All right, now number 10, this is for people who like to show off a little bit. When they're like, oh, I'm a freshman, but I can do this and that and the third. Be kind to your teachers. Just be respectful to your teachers. It's not that hard. It is the most simplest task. I'm telling you, you would get the same kindness and respect back. It is not that hard to respect someone that is trying to help you and actually help you achieve. I'm not saying that every teacher is the most kindest, but it's like the ones that are kind don't take advantage of that, because once you lose that kindness, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're gonna lose your opportunity to like they're actually a lot lenient than you think. Like, I've had teachers let me leave early to go do something for another class, or they'll let me do like little things because they trust me. They get like, it also gains you trust from that teacher. I'm not gonna say I was kind to all of my teachers, yes, but I do feel like I could have gave my environmental science teacher a lot more respect than I gave her. I was more focused on laughing and giggling with my friends than paying attention to what she was talking about, and I ended up failing that class because of my own fault. I do not recommend you do that, and this is not to, you know, like, it's just to make sure you know what the consequences of your actions. So I do feel like I could have gave her a lot more respect, and I really do apologize to her for what I did. I'm not saying I did anything that was like vile, it's just I was never really paying attention, and I was always goofing off with people that I don't really talk to that much. Okay, so number 11, I got this from another YouTuber, as she has talked about it. I'm gonna give her her props in the description. So it says, find other materials or resources to study the subject you're in. I found that as a really good tip, because it's like sometimes you may have a teacher that knows the topic that they're talking about, but it doesn't make sense to you, as everyone learns differently. Everyone has different learning skills. So it's like, find programs or resources online that, or you can even use YouTube, anything. But it's like, find other ways to succeed in that class so that you can understand what you're doing, and what, you know, does it make sense to you? Makes sense to you, if that makes sense. But yeah, the last few ones that I'm going to be talking about are just little ones from family members and friends, and there's also one friend that I'm going to put with her text right here of what she said. But number 12 is from my best friend. She had said, for the last two, these ones were from her. She said, this is for freshmen, bring deodorant and focus on yourself so you don't lose yourself. I understand the deodorant part because you are starting gym. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel mostly every girl is gonna bring deodorant. I'm not so sure about guys, not shaming or anything. And yeah, the focus on yourself so you don't lose yourself. In a context, I would say like basically kind of like in like the drama part, just stay to yourself, if that makes sense. Just find your people and discover what you like, who you are, but just don't focus on everybody else and what they're doing and how their year's going. And then the friend that actually sent in a text, I'm gonna put it right here so you can read it. And then I have one from my brother, who is actually already graduated, and he says this to freshmen: stay in your lane, basically, and just don't try to act grown, don't try to act out of character of who you are, so that you just don't get in fights. And I mean, hey, it's advice, but yeah, just like, basically he's just saying, stay a freshman. Don't try to be like a junior or like a sophomore. Try to, like, it's good to hang out with other people from those grades, but don't change yourself and be who you are. Now that you know the things that I wish I knew my 9th grade year, I hope you apply them, and I really hope that they benefit you. So let me know in the comments if they did. Also, for the question of the day, let me know what you're most excited for your 9th grade year. Also, let me know in the comments. And if you would like to know when I update my next video, or what I do in my daily life, go follow my socials in the description and in the comments. And I wish you the best. Please stay strong. You got this. You're gonna have a great first year, and I wish you the deepest the best. Also, I will be posting a video tomorrow for 10th graders, so if you would love to learn some things from there too, also, you may learn something. But I really hope that this helped, and I wish you the best. Bye. Mwah.